Last we left off, you guys had made your way into Barat, and were able to do some shopping, because that's what everyone looks forward to in Dungeon Dragon. You explored some of the different districts that the city has to offer. You did not, unfortunately, get through all of them. Um, but we managed to make it all the way to the Scribe District. Briefly had a check-in with the Herbalist Guild where Natrice got to do some special interest chatting with the nice Genasi at the front desk. Before you guys headed to the Traveler Society, the open area of which is a more of a public library with weird books, uh, memorials for members of the society that have died in service, and various and sundry artifacts on display. Um, you guys have managed to do some research, uh, and it was around then that Fred reached out to their new friend, Professor Celtic's Thistlefield, um, who seems to be a gnome um, xenomorph, uh, who, for those not in the know, um, when a mind flare tries to turn a gnome into another mind flare, sometimes the process goes wrong, and the resulting creature is a short mind flare with all memories of its past life. Um, Professor Thistlefield came up and started vigorously shaking your hand, Fred, introducing himself. His voice being projected directly into your head. It feels kind of weird.
I mean, honestly, Fred is pretty delighted.
Um, so are the rest of you gathering to chat with the professor?
Yeah, Jet's just been killing time since he's not exactly library folk, and so he'd pop up for this.
After the fruitless investigation on former slash current Vermonan military people, Lee probably wanders back towards center and then sees the Ceramorph's like intrigued.
Like I
Kind of
said,
wander
everyone could
over.
kind of feel the presence of
Right.
this creature. He's got like a weird kind of looming almost dominating a presence that you all could sense as soon as he entered the room. But
Despite
like,
being 3 foot nothing.
yes, but the voice being projected into your guys' heads does very much sound like an older gnome gentleman.
Yeah, that probably also draws him out.
So he shakes Fred's hand and introduces himself, kind of looks around. I would assume these are your compatriots.
Yeah. This is our group. Fred's going to go around and just uh like actually hold on. Yeah, no, Fred's going to go around and start introducing everyone and just like, my name's Freddie Donhill. This is Ross. This is Latrice. This is
Uh,
unless someone stops them, they're just going to go around and introduce everyone.
Pleasure to meet you all. And this fine specimen as well. And he kind of like gestures with one of his facial tentacles towards Henwin.
Oh, yes, and this is Henwin?
He
Henwin did not get missed out of the introductions, by the way, though. I do just want to say, Henwin was included in the introducing everyone.
Henwin would have probably been first, if we're being honest with ourselves.
he kind of leans forward a little to look at Henwin. Um, Interesting. Anyway,
Do you do you have a moment to speak? We could use the help of your organization, I think.
oh well, we're here to help. Um, uh, why don't we come over here by the fireplace? There'll be more seating space for all of you. And he could just kind of glides over towards the little fireplace with the two portraits towards the back of the room.
Fred's just gonna follow along.
Jed just fucking shrugs and follows the floating gnomish thing.
I imagine everyone else will be drawn out by your presence soon enough.
And Dara's gonna kind of lean down to Fred really quick as they're walking and be like, and how much are we telling this one?
Uh, oh, I mean, I don't know. I figured we would at least tell them about the, the situation.
I think the quantity of what's getting mentioned is a little bit of a moot point, considering we are talking with someone who has access to at least a certain portion of our head.
Being able to talk to us telepathically doesn't necessarily mean he has unfettered access to our minds. Okay, if we all trust him, I suppose.
I think maybe we should only bring things up as they're addressed.
I think we should get
I
into the details of certain things.
To
can't
this
say I
end,
didn't try.
when introduced, Nat was just like, call me Wendy, and has not left the book she's been reading since.
Natrice, are you moving with the group or are you reading your book?
She's staying and reading.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we don't want to say anything, I don't know.
Just not about, the woods.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We shouldn't. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really smart idea.
Aras just kind of looks helplessly at you, like, dude.
Girl, please. Not a girl, please.
Wayne, please.
Not a Wayne either, please.
Um, so Professor Thistlefield leads you guys to the back sitting area. There are a couple of civilians there that uh I mean, like one or two of them kind of see the approaching mind flare and they're like, out. And
Mhm.
just kind of take their books and move to a different place. Um, one of them doesn't really seem to notice because they're so engrossed in the book they're reading. Um, but he Professor Thistlefield kind of goes and floats and he's like directly under the portrait of him. Um,
Oh,
and
you're doing the trope where it's a portrait of the person in the pose of the portrait of the person.
exactly. Um, and he kind of takes a moment and looks at each one of you. And you do it, each one of you gets the kind of bizarre feeling of like you're a book being read.
Upon that feeling, Jed just kind of defaults to just fucking thinking about past adventures, let's say, on repeat. You know, mess with mind readers. Don't think about anything but weird shit.
Are you referring to like actual adventures or are you referring to brothel adventures?
Uh, Brothel and the like, yeah.
You get the kind of the weird sense of like someone chuckling inside of your head. Um, and in return, you get a couple of images of people being interested in tentacles.
Jed just fucking shrugs at that one.
He, pro the professor knows what's what. Um, Fred, you get this sort of same vibe, this vibe check. And Professor Thistlefield says, "Oh, it's been a while since I've been to Tir Orgra."
Oh, you've been?
Oh yes, it's been quite a while. I was very fond of the tavern there back when I consumed alcohol.
Oh my gosh. It's lovely. Still as wonderful as ever.
I'll have to make an effort to return sometime.
Oh my gosh, if you do, please stop by the Dawn Hills. Let him know that Freddie sent you, that you're one of my friends. You'll get a warm welcome.
Noted. Um,
Does your physiology get in the way of consuming it or something?
hmm, these days, yes.
I see.
I have a very specific diet these days. Although if the person I'm consuming consumed a fair amount of alcohol or other illicit substances prior to their demise, then I get a little bit of a kick.
Hmm. I need to answer something.
All right, so unfortunate because I was about to start talking to Lee. Um, Move on to Ras.
Ooh, I'd
Uh,
hate if I lost the ability to drink.
um, he looks at towards you, Ras, and says, "My, you are a long way from home."
She's like actively like pulling like her like a hood kind of down more around her like face. Like,
I haven't gotten a chance to visit the island, but uh, I've read quite a lot about it.
oh,
You have a very interesting culture.
she just looks confused and concerned. Like, are you in my head?
Um, not physically.
Not physically. That brings to mind like horrifying imagery of what actually physically would look like. She
Okay,
like
I
look
have a
she
gift
like
for
looks
that.
she like looks around for Latrice and is like, oh fuck, like trees didn't come with us.
Well, I'm not prying. I'm only merely trying to get to know each of you a little bit. Trust me, if I were prying, you would know.
Not comforting.
Mm.
You are also rather young. Are you considered a teenager for your people? Young adults?
Taras.
To us.
She's gonna like kind of her demeanor changes a little bit to like a little bit like affronted. Like, I am I just said my birthday not too long ago. I am an adult.
Not a Wayne.
She like kind of like looks like she's like embarrassed a little bit.
I see. Um, and turns towards Lee. Oh, there's a lot missing here. I can help with that.
It is a work in progress. What do you mean by what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I access certain memories and how best to describe it? Spit polish them a bit.
Hmm. Tempting.
Turns towards Andara. Oh, you're very interesting.
Sorry, Zoom was doing the thing. She kind of blinks at him and goes, "Am I?"
Well, yes. Your philosophy, your view of the world. Not often seen. Well, at least by people that come through here.
Sure. Forgive me for operating as I do based on past experience.
No, nothing need to be forgiven. I'm merely remarking on what I see.
Sure. I'm sure no judgment comes with it.
Who am I to judge?
You seem nice enough to at least keep it to yourself if you do.
Well, I try. So, I presume you all have a reason for coming to visit me.
Well, yeah, surely you've heard about the war situation?
I did indeed.
Lee side-eyeing Fred a little bit.
Nasty business.
Hmm. Well, we have it on some good authority that uh it wasn't exactly a spontaneous happening. That there might be some organizations and folks
Machinations,
within
as you were.
folks within Ivana's reach who may or may not have been arranging the circumstances of the current tensions.
Well, the thing is with this sort of socio-political climate, things tend to build up after for quite a while. Um, and really, whatever happened to make them declare war formally, must have been a straw to break the camel's back. And you say that it's coming from inside the Reach itself.
Yeah, yeah.
We've seen
uh,
things to strongly suggest that said straw was very deliberately placed.
Not just the Reach. The organization extends beyond the Reach and into both the neighboring. Uh,
Jonas and Anastasia, indeed.
exactly. Uh, the we haven't been able to decipher exactly where the main hub is yet.
What's the name of this organization?
We're not entirely sure. The only lead we have to go with is the Radiant. But I feel like that could easily be tied to Anastasia. No. Astronis was the one to the northwest, right?
Yes.
Okay. I've I could see it being associated with Astronis, but we're not entirely sure.
Well, to my knowledge, there's no organization known as the Radiant that has made its home in um, either Astranis or Mastas.
Hmm. It's possible you're right on the money, Jed.
Well,
Well,
it
you're
does
looking
happen to
for.
be a secret organization, although I imagine secrets are a bit harder to keep around you.
I mean, it really depends on how trained the person is in telepathic communication. Um, if you're interested in more information on Anastasia, I can provide it, as I have been there a couple times and can provide research.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. You haven't had the chance to meet a certain Lord Story, have you?
I have not met him, but I am familiar with him. He is one of the nobles that lives here in the city, lives in the Justice District with his husband and children.
Huh, well, that's unfortunate.
I
Uh,
do happen to know that he spends quite a bit of time at the local casino, though.
one of our leads includes the fact that he may be part of the movement, be it willingly or unwillingly. That was not clear.
Well, admittedly, I know little about him. He doesn't very much seem like the type to visit the library too often. Um, but I can tell you that within the House of Ice, the casino, um, there is a worker there within the Veil portion, known as the Shadow Lady, and she typically deals in secrets. She might have more information on Lord Story himself.
It depends if her name's actually Olivia or not.
No, I wouldn't imagine so. Only the folks that pass through here refer to her as the Shadow Lady in whole. Um, and there's an image kind of projected in your minds. And you know, like how back in the day cell phones would kind of eat the quality of pictures. And so, like, with each kind of person they're sent to, the quality kind of disintegrated a bit. So, this is an image he pulled from someone else's mind and is now projecting to you guys. But you can see a an elvish woman with like dark midnight blue skin, and very long wavy white hair and kind of silvery eyes.
So you mean to say the organization has two separate ladies of non-human descent who trade in secrets and are a fair bit scary.
I don't know if this Octavia you are referring to and the pale woman you are imagining in your mind is related to the casino, but I do know that the Shadow Lady is a worker at the casino.
At that point, Jed kind of, you have permission to get an image of Octavia.
He kind of like leans forward a little bit, and it's kind of interesting because he's floating. It's just like his whole body kind of tilts towards you.
He goes up and tilts.
Yeah. Um, Interesting. I Now that the image is more clear, I have seen this woman before.
Interesting.
She's passed through. Very guarded, that one.
Hmm, I would imagine.
All I got out of her was the word queen, and I believe she was headed to labor.
Uh, I believe that lines up with what we know her next move is.
That does. I don't suggest that we follow her. Aras is curious how recently Octavia passed through. I don't know if that got answered or not.
Um, oh, this was some months ago, actually. Have not seen her recently.
That wouldn't line up with when we saw her.
Well,
No,
she might have.
Right. Yeah.
this would have been earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, she did come up only briefly for our visit, as it were.
I used to wonder what she was looking for if she came here. Unless it was just a passing on the street or something.
Well, I mean, most folks that are members of the public come in here looking for books.
Sort of precisely what I mean. Much like we did with the library, I imagine she was looking for something specific.
She could have been. Clues I
The
seem
lady does
interested
deal
in
in
many of
information.
our unusual artifacts.
Sorry, she does what with the unusual artifacts?
He said that other people who aren't interested in the books come in
Ah,
to look at the artifacts.
I see.
Did she look at any particular books or artifacts that you know of? What did she, is there a record?
Well, we don't typically keep records of these things, but she was researching the history of the southern coast, and she was researching dragons.
Hmm.
That's not a
Dragons?
good sign.
Any specific part of a dragon? Or just dragons in history?
Or a specific who.
Not looking up specific who to my recollection. She was more interested in the different kinds of dragons. He got a natural 18, by the way, on the roll to remember.
Also, don't mind flayers have mimetic memories?
It's not like a mind flayer, mind flayer. He has the abilities, but maybe not like the mental construction of an elephant.
It, it depends upon how thorough of a transformation it was.
Yeah.
And for the coast, was it just the entire coast or a specific place of interest?
She seemed more interested in the area around Okaz and Bitter Rest. What is now known as Bitter Rest, anyway.
Uh, I'm taking notes, even though we kind of have an idea, a little bit of that.
Well, let's roll to see if it would be worthwhile for people to roll. Maybe.
You guys catch like a couple flickering images. There's one that seems to be an image of a giant turtle like being attacking a ship. Um, you also get the image of a black dragon flying over water in like a more swampy area, and bronze dragon that is diving into into the waves.
Hold the phone. What's the poison we've been carrying around called again?
Oh, it's like a yeah.
I
Didn't we
have
give
it
it to a?
written down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we
Yeah, we
gave it
have it
to a
written down.
Russ.
It was like nightmare or something. Let me see.
I think it should also be
Inventory.
in loot.
Mm-hmm. Working on it.
Probably, but this might be faster because it's just right here.
Here we go. Two vials of
Assassin's
Assassin's
blood
Blood
Assassin's
poison.
Blood.
poison.
Wow, just as fast.
Hmm, it's okay.
Wait, throw it in the mind flayer's face. Hiya!
No, I was more thinking,
Hmm.
how is that poison generated? And we just saw a dragon that breathes poison.
Poison could come from many sources, but
Assassin's blood feels like something that assassins could generate pretty readily. Dragon breath poison sounds like very rare and not something you would just want to use for any old assassination.
I mean, in fairness, this is an assassination to start off a war, so like,
Also, in all fairness, a single breath would fill how many vials?
Perhaps.
Pretty good poison, pretty potent, pretty valuable.
That
Like
is true.
like breaking up the champagne, but for an assassination.
Also, I will say that you may be thinking of green dragons, which are the poison types. Black dragons breathe acid.
Mm.
That's fair.
Well, if I got it wrong, Jed could get it wrong. Whatever.
Either way,
Oh no,
Um,
there's an evil dragon breathing a breath that fucking kills you, and
evil
it's a
green stuff.
liquid.
Can I
they both are
roll some kind of
green.
check for the kinds of dragons actually? I feel like
Yeah,
military bitches would know about dragons. So
roll
at least the
history,
types.
roll history, roll arcana.
Okay, history. Oh, this son of a bitch. That's a total of 7.
Dragons exist
Mm.
sometimes.
Dragons
Sometimes.
exist and they're fucking sick.
Well, you should. I would imagine you would know which ones you open fire on, which ones you run. Although I suppose that
The
would be
big
more
old
based on
dragon
size
run.
than color.
Big old dragon is run.
And what did you get for arcana?
Oh, great question. Uh, okay, 14.
14. Um, of the images you saw in your mind, um, you would know that, yeah, black dragons do live by the water sometimes. They do prefer more swampy areas. Um,
And they
uh,
actually breed acid instead of poison?
yes.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
fuck. Sh- sh-
uh, the you also saw a bronze dragon, which tend to prefer like mountainous areas by the ocean, and feed on fish and whatnot. And then of the things you saw, um, the large turtle-like thing, not actually a true dragon, but it's called a dragon turtle, and they destroy ships.
Rude. Okay. She'll kind of relay that and then also go, oh, right, right. Black dragons don't breathe poison, they breathe acid, which is a little bit more concerning for the infrastructure than people.
I doubt it'd be pleasant to get doused in it either way.
No, but more collateral.
But
Hmm.
okay, so not the source of our mystery poison.
I imagine that stuff was made in a lab, if anywhere.
Which mystery poison would that be?
Oh, as part of our adventures in finding out about this, we have been targeted by assassins associated with the uh group, and so we were put. Who has a vial of it on it? Do I have one?
We gave both of them to Aras, last I remembered.
Ross, if you could provide one to the kind gentleman here.
For what? Why would they? Why are we giving him this?
We're not giving him. I imagine he's identifying it at least briefly.
Should we? Mm,
I mean, he can help.
she'll ask him. Are you able to identify poisons?
Might know something about it.
I would not
Actually,
recommend swigging the whole thing. It was unpleasant.
I have no intention on consuming the poison. You'll have it right back. I don't even intend on touching the vials between you and me.
Um, I will get the assassin's blood out of my bag
Yeah.
very
Well,
hesitantly,
Hmm.
very
you pull it
confused
out,
as to
and it just
why we're
kind of
showing this to him.
it lifts from your hand just a little bit, kind of spins in the air, and it lifts a little higher to be seen through the light.
Oh, yes, this is your typical black market assassin's blood. It's not even too difficult to make, to be honest with you. Um, Components typically come from more venomous creatures like snakes, spiders, scorpions, as well as the sap of a tree that grows both in swamp in the Underdark on occasion.
So not exactly a lead that should be followed.
I wouldn't imagine so.
And the vial kind of drifts back down into your hand, Horace.
Just kind of tuck it away.
Well, at least it means we ain't just chasing down no dead ends or less dead ends.
It's good to know it's not a custom blend.
Actually, a custom blend would mean that we would be able to track where the custom blend was made.
Exactly. But
I suppose that might be part of the reason why they're using it generic, harder to track.
these people definitely do their homework, from what little we know.
Oh, I mean,
They didn't quite do the homework on us correctly, though.
any civilization worth its salt has a good underground organization somewhere. Lucky you, you're here in a Barat where the House of Ice is easy to find.
True enough.
So just normal evil plotting things with the poison. Got it.
Could be useful in the right circumstances, although I will note that this poison does have to be ingested to be useful. Not that I'd recommend you slip anything into anyone else's drink, but sometimes circumstances call for things.
It's a good thing we have it in the right hands then. Kind of gestures to a Ross and their roguishness.
I suppose so.
Well, I mean, hopefully we won't have to be poisoning anyone.
Well, that's always the ideal now, isn't it?
I have to
Don't worry,
agree with
Fred.
that.
Don't worry, Fred. I don't think anybody's going to ask you to try and poison anybody. I think the rest of us can take care of that nasty work. You will remain just an accessory rather than the poisoner.
Jed's just actually laughing at that.
Did
Fred
she
does
is
not look
definitely
very
teasing.
reassured by that.
And Dara's like actually just kind of like very lightly ribbing Fred, like she's just got kind of a shit-eating grin on and she's just like all right, maybe we don't tell you if we have to poison somebody.
Yeah, I think I would prefer not to know. All of this plotting and backstabbing is a lot already.
You've too good a heart by half. Pun intended.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Oh, it is.
Well, thank you. Fred is going to look over at the professor and just I just I'm worried about the the forces that work here, whatever they're plotting, this war and all that. It's bad news, and somebody should be doing something about it.
Speaking as someone whose business was war, war is always bad news.
Well,
Seconded.
I can certainly keep an ear out, metaphorically, of course.
And Dora snorts. Just
I don't have any current expeditions planned, uh, so you will know where to find me if you need me. Otherwise, the little one here, has demonstrated an ability to reach out to me.
Yes, they're using it very responsibly.
I'd say
Sending
they
is a
are.
magical spell.
Well, you do seem like a very valuable ally, good sir, so I'd say they're using it quite well.
Oops. I may have to take you up on your offer at some point as well. Does it hurt?
Does what hurt?
The memory spit polishing that you mentioned.
Only if the memories themselves hurt.
Hmm. Decent chance I'll be hurt then. All right. Well, I may have to hit you up about that later.
We
Like
haven't
I
really
said,
asked
you know where to
him.
find me.
We haven't really asked him about like any secret like organizations in the area or the casino. Maybe we should ask him.
Oh, he
He kind
straight
of
up
like,
mentioned the House of Vice and being findable in the area.
yeah, it kind of came
Yeah,
up as a
I
consequence of the conversation.
no, I know, but like, are there any other like deeper questions we want to ask about the
Hmm,
casino or the organization?
that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Um,
have any because my brain's fried, but
Yeah, like, does anyone, this isn't a question that Fred would ask, but like, what is the organization that runs the casino? Like,
yeah.
all that.
And
this is one
and
part.
Dara will pipe up and go, sorry, good sir. I'm afraid we have a few more pressing questions. Uh, you mentioned the House of Vice, yes?
I did.
Um, how exclusive is that, or is it just a standard casino and just about anybody can walk in?
Just about anybody can walk in, but with the right contacts, or if you win enough money, you'll be invited to the high rollers, which will give you certain exclusive privileges.
Certainly doable.
What sort of contacts? Do you know anybody we can reach out to offhand?
Well, you don't happen to be friends with any of the nobles in town, do you?
To our knowledge,
Unlikely, I fear. So the gambling it is then.
Although I
There,
suppose we
Or
could have our conversation with Lord Story outside the confines of the casino, but
chances of that are unlikely.
hmm,
sometimes if you spend enough on any of the house-employed courtesans there, they can get you an inn upstairs. Otherwise, I know that the main hall, there is one of the original members of Vice's little gang available for speaking with. And Now, I don't typically go to the casino myself, but there is, I've seen in people's thoughts recently a man willing to arrange for a pass upstairs if you are persuasive enough.
And who might that be? A security guard of a certain description, or
Not sure. Um, all I know was that he's a half elf.
a half elf? All right. This is lead enough, I suppose. We can look for a shifty half elf who might be offering illicit backs back back
Strange
room
passes or
passes.
something.
I
I
don't.
have no concern about gaining enough funds to gain access to the high rollers, either by winning or by patronizing one of their uh, employees.
We
You
should
said it, not me.
probably have multiple avenues for those of us who prefer a less an approach that is left less up to chance.
Speaking of chance, I imagine you would make a killing at poker.
I don't think they better keep the mask on.
No, not her, him. And points at our friend, the Ceramorph.
That's all it takes.
No one be able to
That's
tell what you have with your poker face, and well, no poker face will work on you.
I think that's why he'd probably be banned from the table before he even arrives.
Well, between you and me, I was even quite talented, even prior to my transformation, but now I just keep getting accused of cheating, even when I don't.
well,
Ain't
when
that the
you
truth?
don't.
Well,
Well,
I
that's
mean, their
rude. Nobody
security
should
system is
make
quite tight, for obvious reasons.
nobody should be making assumptions based on people's appearances like that. That's just rude.
I quite agree, even if I am reading their minds. But, I don't even partake in any of the drinks anyway, so the casino itself has lost its appeal in certain aspects.
Certainly. So, for Felix's memory, because I'm trying to take notes and talk at the same time with mixed results. Good routes to the upstairs, courtesans, gambling, shifty half elf, friends in high places, i.e., the local nobility, and was there anything else that I'm missing
Think
in our
so?
options?
You can also
DM.
just pickpocket people.
Yeah, we just need money.
All right, cool. Pickpocketing. Let's fucking
Crime.
go. Cool.
The
We
secret
love
option.
crime.
Well, it's just acquiring sufficient money to qualify for the High Rollers Lounge.
Okay, cool. All right, and then obviously we could always dress up a little bit and make ourselves look like we belong in the High Rollers Lounge. Latrice, you and I bought lovely new clothing.
Nat's still off in the library section. She's being antisocial.
Ah, fuck, that's right. My bad.
Also, I don't
Uh,
imagine Latrice would be able to perform the role of arm candy for very long.
I don't know. I think she'd surprise us.
Why not?
Arm candy doesn't have to be nice, just has to be pretty.
I
None
think
of you
Latrice
bitches
is
have any
very
idea
nice.
what Latrice looks like under her cloak.
And she got that pretty dress.
think Latrice is very nice and very pretty. She would make very good arm candy.
I agree.
You don't even know what her face looks like.
Yeah, that's not the problem.
I
No, you're
said
right.
arm candy doesn't have to be nice.
That's fair. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to buy a
For
suit
not
too,
Thank
to
I'm
be
not gonna
you.
risky.
lie.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for your time and your expertise, sir. Is there anything else we'd like to ask this absolute boon of a gentleman? She's smooth. She is so schmoozing right now.
Hmm.
Anything?
mean,
Anybody got
do
anything in mind?
do we Fred is not going to be the one leading the ask on this one, but do we want to ask if he knows anything about Silas Verena, if he knows any sort of information about him? Do we
Well,
want
we
to
Oh,
could
ask?
yeah.
proceed to start dropping names, see if anything rings a bell.
Oh, actually, yeah, we do have something. There's one Silas Verena that we almost took a job for. He seems a little too eager, if that makes sense. Do you know anything about him?
Can't say I have.
Hmm, that's fair enough.
Name sounds Estonian, though.
Well, it was our
Sure
understanding he
does.
was.
Think I vaguely remember his name from some war books somewhere. Ledgers, perhaps. Oh
Are
well.
there more of are there more of these organizations throughout the more of these organizations throughout the continents, the world?
Which sort
How
of
far does this go?
organizations?
Your organization, this travelers
Oh,
group.
this. Well, we have outposts in other areas. Some are more remote than others. It also, of course, depends on the local laws. We are a strictly non-violent organization.
Oh, that brings a good question. Did we actually buy a map anywhere? I think someone
I
did.
have I wrote down they have maps here that I have copied roughly
Okay, perfect.
of the continent and the specific region.
Do you think maybe it'd be a wise idea to have Saltix circle the locate other locations that he remembers on our maps?
Oh, for this guild?
Yeah. This place seems like a fine enough meeting place and refuge. Could be useful to know where the other locations are.
Well, do they have some other books and things like that at the different places? I was
Well,
wondering
this
if
here
you
is our headquarters. We do have one towards the further peninsula of Ralphwyn. We do have one on the far northern coast of Clectob. Um, we are currently in the process of arranging one in the mountains near Gosrook, as they are a quite learned people, and I believe that we have a lot that we can collaborate on together.
Oh, we met a gentleman from there not that long ago.
Very learned indeed.
He was really wonderful.
I've heard quite many good things about them. We're also in the process of trying to set up a location in Ujarak.
I was wondering um if you have no issue with us um if you would maybe write some sort of letter if we were to go to another location.
I don't see why not.
And he kind of looks off in the distance for a moment. Um, and like a couple minutes later, um, one of the random members comes over with a pre-written letter of recommendation, which he left also seems to levitate a pen just like between the bookshelf that come kind of flying over to you guys. And he like just writes in a very loopy handwriting, Professor Thistlefield. I watch as the letter folds itself and then hands it to it floats over and hands itself to Jed.
Handy that. Jed very carefully folds it and tucks it away.
And that should be helpful if any of you choose to visit one of our other locations. My eventual hope is to spread it to other continents as well, um, such as probably Patlea soon, but we need to figure out which of the local governments would be willing to let us set up there.
Best of luck. We've been researching the pet layer ourselves recently.
Yeah, so we might have an inroad for you at some point. A little
That
quid
would be
pro quo
wonderful.
considering how helpful you've been.
That would be most helpful.
I know you're non-violent, but if somebody needs a little violence, I'm not sworn to anything.
Someone or something, I suppose. We have been doing a lot of monster hunting.
He kind of like tilts his head to the side slightly as he looks towards you, Lee.
Interesting.
Monster in action, not appearance, sir.
We, we
We
quite
won't,
we quite literally hunted like an undead beast in the fields.
And Jed just kind of does a quick, like, up down gesture to himself.
Well, we are as I said, non-violent organization, and we try to. Our focus is on the study of unusual creatures rather than the slaying of such. But if you ever choose to make a donation,
And he kind of gestures towards some of the interesting artifacts.
I may be able to provide a financial reward.
That's really my first thought was like if, let's say, something starts harassing one of your expeditions.
we're very good guard dogs.
Well, your hound is at least.
Indeed, he is.
This one too, I imagine. He kind of like gestures a tentacle towards Henwen. Says,
But I would not look into her mind specifically.
Oh, she's very good at garden things.
I'm just imagining like Celtics like you said he was reading us like a book basically, just like as a metaphor. I imagine he looked at the first page, was like, nope, 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 nope.
Took one look at that cover and was like, skipping.
Reads the back cover. Nah.
I
Ooh,
don't
this is
need to
above
know
my
all
reading
that.
level.
This fucker's 3 inches thick. I'm not touching it.
Nah, I'm not making
We
that
thought War
joke.
and Peace was big, and Wed is bigger.
If we're done prying
Sorry.
this man's big juicy brain, Are we?
Do we have any more questions for the gnome within?
I believe that covers everything on our short list of leads. We at least got
Any?
one thing marked off the leads, so we're not running down a dead end, so that's handy.
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody else can think of off the fly really quick?
I
Sweet.
do recommend visiting the spa in town, as it can be quite nice after time on the road. That's what I like to do.
Would be a shame to go into a fancy casino all gritty and grimy and stinky.
I have thoughts on that, but I'll get back to you on that later.
That's a
I'd prefer it if
lovely
you didn't.
idea. I think a spa sounds lovely. Thank you for the recommendation.
It is a good recommendation. That is not what I meant at all.
All right. Our next stop, then. Thank you so much for your time, sir. We
Of
really
course.
appreciate your knowledge and expertise and your familiarity with the local lay of the land.
Of course, glad to be of help. I always love it when new folks come through town. They bring the most interesting stories.
Do let us know if you need that guard dog. Ta.
Will do.
Fred is going to make sure that they shake the hand of the professor again, just like thank you so much. It was wonderful to meet you. It's been like so lovely.
Come by any time.
Ugh. You know, this sending thing is a real handy sort of thing. And Fred will like shake hands and go over to Hen.
Like apart from Saltix, Lee's just like, oh, that cover story was easier than I thought it'd be.
Cover stories are always best when they're mostly the truth, but not bringing up the most problematic details.
Something that perhaps we should default to, because I'm sure we'll be in this situation again.
Right, so, are we securing lodging first as a group? Sorry, this is just Felix talking. Uh,
Hmm.
are we securing lodging first, or are we going to the spa first?
The spa has lodging,
Was
one,
it?
Oh, right.
from what I remember being told earlier, but I can be wrong.
DM?
Well, I listed a couple of different places.
Yeah. Main
Uh,
question is if the spa has lodging.
it
Yeah.
does.
Okay, perfect.
Slay.
But I
Then we
was
can
also
get.
going to
Yeah.
give you the other locations if you
Yeah,
want to.
absolutely.
If you
Yeah.
give me a second, Max.
I'm just confirming. I'm sorry.
Um, the spa does have lodging. Um, Otherwise, there's the Bronze Bell, which is in the Coin District, which is in the old bell tower. Um, and then in the Garden District that I have to scroll up to, there's a couple more. There's the Dragon Heads Tavern and then the Laughing Gnome Tavern. There is lodging to be found at the House of Vice, which is in the Dice District. And if you're looking for something a little sketchier in the Trick District, you could probably rent a couple rooms by the hour. Um, But then in the rest district, which is the more residential one, there's the restful pond, which is the spa. The spa.
Uh, Locationally, which one's closest to the House of Ice that, isn't actually the House of Ice?
Probably the
Um,
one in the Dice District? Yeah? No?
no,
It
it'll
was the
probably
House of
be the
Ice.
coin district.
Slade.
I think it would be best if we had our base of operations as close as possible for if we need to make a quick getaway. Just
So
my
long as it's got an inconspicuous way in and out.
just my initial thought. And then uh as I was saying earlier, my other thought was it wouldn't be the worst idea to do a quick casing of the casino before we don whatever aliases we're gonna use.
Right, yes, we should work that out beforehand. All right. Well then, I think we've earned a little bit of a break. Spa time?
Spa
Oh,
time!
it does
Spa
sound quite
time!
nice.
I think it would be a better idea to do the casing while least like the personas we're gonna
Yeah,
uh thing or assume. Not all of us need to go to the uh casino. I suppose we could have some people secure lodging, some people do a first pass at the casino and then rightfully earn our spa time.
sure. Divide and conquer. I see the DM is busy, so I'll go give her a second. Buy her some time. There's a baby.
A
There's a baby being
baby!
annoying. There's
A
a baby being annoying.
baby!
Are you being annoying and climbing things and yelling at the ceiling?
Ah,
Yeah, criminal.
Creature.
A baby.
Hostage, clearly.
Who do we want doing what is the question.
Yeah, how do since we're gonna split the party, how are we doing that?
well, I figured Jed at the casino makes sense.
How good's your sneak, bro?
I don't
It's
think
not so much
it's
sneaking, it's not being whoever I'm going to be on the other end, and also not be per someone who would get uh snagged as Jed right away. So he'd be doing some sort of interim thing and then procuring fancy clothes for getting into the High Rollers Lounge.
Are you still a
Mhm.
half orc?
No, but I suppose I could redon that guise if that's what we decide. More the immediate idea is just to be not immediately recognizable as Jed, or more pressing, not recognizable as who I'm going to try to get into the High Rollers Lounge with. Just doing what I can to prep.
taking a look
Fair
around
play,
before
fair
we
play.
actually go in depth.
Yeah.
The more we go, the more we are capable of being recognized. Don't
I
know if it
only
is.
intend to get a quick once around, get an idea exactly where the High Rollers Lounge is, get an idea of exactly who's going in, and then bail as quickly as possible.
Okay.
If you would like to do it, I do not know if we all should go.
Should have at least one
If
person who can let the rest know if things go sideways.
if you are intent on doing it,
Buddy system.
We should
That's what I
probably
mean.
have somebody who can sneak around and is a bit more successful at talking out of their ass go with you.
Do you have a suggestion?
Well, you did just see me do it.
I ain't making decisions. I just need someone to come with.
I do think you're probably the
And
best fit.
unless Aras would like to volunteer, you are quite sneaky yourself.
I'm sneaky, but I am also recognizable if we are just walking around.
She
Sure.
is a Yuan-Ti.
Well, I suppose that would mean the least recognizable person uh in the land of Evadne, Lee.
What?
Not that good at talking out of your
He
ass, I
doesn't
fear,
need to
Lee.
talk out of his ass.
I'm not exactly kind of just like gestures at his frame, yes, but also like rustles his bag a little bit and you hear the chain shirt and jostling around in there.
Well, obviously, you send your backpack with the group. You wouldn't be necessarily going in to ask questions and more hanging around the outside in case if I get into trouble.
Hmm.
We would not be going in together. We would be going in separately, but you would be keeping an eye on me.
Anyhow, I see Dove is unmuted and might be trying to say something. I want to give you an opportunity if you want it.
I was just asking if we have left yet because I want to get Nat's research rolls in before we go.
Word.
Mm.
Okay. I think
My impression was you
then
guys are still in the library trying to figure out what you want to do next.
Yeah.
Our next stop.
then Andara will go with Jed and watch his ass, make sure he doesn't get it yanked. Uh, cool shit. So that you can have your nerd hours, Dove.
Nerd,
What are
nerd,
you
nerd,
researching?
nerd, nerd. Um, Nat's looking into like nature spirits, types of, and specifically getting cursed by nature spirits.
Roll investigation check.
There's no magic
Gotcha.
going on, guys. None at all. She said so.
No magic going on. Ooh, ooh. That is a 25.
Ooh.
Um, So you get a lot of information on Fae and how they can be sometimes considered nature spirits, but you also get information on primal spirits, which are sort of like incarnations of natural world that are linked to like specific natural features or locations on the prime material plane. They can kind of vary greatly in appearance and power. Some are more diminutive in size and might, and those are the kinds of ones where, like they're called on for aid by travelers. Like, hey, I'm gonna go walk through the woods. Please make sure wolves don't eat my children, or whatever.
Yay, wolves not eating my children.
Yeah, while others can be like almost semi-divine beings. They tend to be manifestations of geographical features found within the world. Some are guardians over like a single rock or tree, while others can be like an entire desert oasis or an entire mountain. Um, Even some of the most powerful ones can be like whole island chains or large enough to house an entire kingdom. Um, They can also take on various humanoid forms, appearing as children or adults, or even like monstrous aspects of nature come to life, or fearsome animals. Um, and they have various level of omniscience over the natural world that they're connected to. And yeah, they can be venerated, but they can also just exist. Um, and so curses, of course. Um, like if
Of course.
a natural spirit feels that you have wronged the land or weren't respectful to whatever it is they guard, they can sometimes bestow curses upon people.
Okay, love that. All
Uh,
right. Mhm.
they can be, I mean, of course, the curses obviously can be placed on like the individual persons, places, or objects. Um, they can be difficult to remove. There's also things like different kinds of curses, obviously, like spell curses, such as the spell bestow curse. Um, like, or even things like hex, the spell that warlocks can do, can be considered a curse. There can be curses attached to items. Um, or there's also sometimes family curses, um, which often started as one type of curse, but changed over time to affect a whole family of a cursed individual. Um, that's when you get things like hags saying like you have to you're the firstborn of each family will be a tiefling or whatever, just as an example. Um, there's also divine curses, which was inflicted on a person, place, or thing according to a god's domain. They were always powerful and often singular. Um, even being undead can be considered a curse.
Lamau. Get fucked, Jed. Mhm. All right.
Want to say that to my face, or at least half a face?
Half of it, you mean?
Three
Yeah.
quarters.
Ah. Yeah. She's just taking down notes on that. On if any nature spirit stuff sounds familiar for her own particular brand of bullshit. And if she's seeing any like curses towards like, ooh, you turn into the thing that cursed you, ooh, or whatever. Mm.
Um, I mean, lycanthropy.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, she is probably writing down a good stuff about lycanthropy, TBH. Ah.
You always want to be prepared when lycanthropy comes up in a party. You don't want to be cut off guard.
True enough. Not his opinions about lycanthropes. All right. Yeah, she's just in her corner. Getting that done. Um, yeah, until people are coming around.
All right. So it sounded like Jed and Andara were going to head to uh, the House of Ice.
Before we do, Jed kind of looks up looks the party up and down real quick. Plops his hat on Lee's head and like shrugs out of his jacket and is like, Does anyone have a outer layer I can borrow?
Nat made Fred a fuck off huge cloak.
I was just saying while muted, oops, that Lee does also have his cloak. Take your pick.
Uh, Jed'll probably grab the fuck off big cloak then. You know,
On Jed,
just to
it probably is not a full cloak. It probably is more like a little capelet. It's a fuck off big cloak for Fred.
oh yeah, then Jed would probably snag Lee's then. Would make more
He'll t
sense.
he'll take your jacket and wear that instead.
Yep. At which point I have, and then, shuffle the hair, and I have a basic disguise. So I'm not immediately the cowboy man.
All right. Um, again, my understanding is Lee and Andara are headed to the casino and will meet the rest of the party at the spa later.
Jed and Andara are heading to the casino. We'll meet
Jed
the rest
and,
of the party at the spa.
excuse me.
Yeah, and the rest of the party is securing lodging, and then we'll rendezvous at the spa, correct?
Perfect. All right. So let's head to the House of Vice.
Oh,
Let's
before
find.
we split, Jed will probably look at Andara and is like, you do realize they probably won't let you in with the mask, right?
Hmm. You let me worry about my mask. You worry about not getting your ass beat.
Ass beat actually isn't a bad way to see back rooms, but I don't intend to do that today.
It'd be best to not go in with your feathers pre-ruffled.
I'm not gonna cause a problem.
I'll watch your back. Don't worry about mine. Just stick to the plan, case the place, and then we get out and we go wash the road off.
Exactly.
I've been on the road longer than all of you right now, so I'd really like to wash the road off.
I intend to be in and out as quick as possible.
All right.
Let's go. She'll
So
take her
you
mask
guys,
off and fuck with her hair a little bit, make herself look less conspicuous.
you guys head to the Dice District, which is home to many gambling dens and similar entertainment businesses that are housed within the city. Um, but the House of Vice itself is immediately obvious. It's an imposing, opulent structure that seems almost out of place among the smaller, shabbier buildings around it. Uh, the casino itself is a dark, sprawling building made of dark stones, with some of which with strange glowing runes carved along the edges, giving it like an an appearance of being almost otherworldly and certainly impenetrable. Its windows flicker with dim light from within, kind of casting eerie reflections on the ground. Um, as it's starting to get darker in the day, the casino seems to almost pulse with faint green and red lights, giving the impression it's alive, or at the very least, perhaps powered by magic. The entrance is adorned with massive gold doors shaped like coins, engraved with infernal and celestial symbols, hinting at the high stakes games within. The inside is, or the entrance to the casino is as grand as it is imposing. Um, Massive doors etched with glowing arcane runes, The doors are flanked with two towering statues of knight-like figures, each holding a great sword, symbolizing the casino's protection and authority. And as you step within, you're immediately met with a sound of chiming coins, soft music, and low murmur of excitement within. And Dara, are you wearing your mask? Perfect. Um,
No, she's got her mask off, but she's like fucked with her hair a little bit to just kind of have it sort of like just you know how sometimes when you put your hair down, your face looks just a little different? Yeah.
um,
I will also say that Jed, before actually going in, will have shunted his gun into Warlock space and probably took an extra roll around in a little dust.
all right.
She's got
And Dara, did you leave your weapons with the party?
yeah, she'll leave her weapons with the party. Yeah, she'll leave her greatsword and her longbow with the party and take off her very outer layer of jacket so that she's dressed down just a little bit, like, oh, I just got off the road. Let me like unwind a little bit, sort of like visit to the casino.
All right. Um,
She's
Now,
trying to blend in with the crowd, more or less.
I will say, um, do either of you have anything on your person that would be considered an illicit magic item? Or any
Mm,
spells on your person that would allow for cheating?
I
Well, I have
don't.
my pair of boots, but that's just light up boots.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she has beast sense, but that's more of a instinct sort of thing rather than a cheating at cards, I
Mm-hmm.
think. And then in her attunement slots, she's got the Boots of False Tracks, and then her Amulet of Proof against Detection and Location.
Yeah, I think those items are all allowed.
Woo!
Um, but there is like a little sign that says we reserve the right to remove magical items and remove persons, blah, 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 blah. You know, the usual kind of thing that you see on businesses. Um, so inside, the casino is luxurious. There are velvet drapes, gilded chandeliers, tables made of dark wood, polished to a mirror-like sheen, red and violet fairy fire that flicker in ornate lanterns along the walls. You find yourselves now in the main hall, which is the central hub of the casino where most of the gambling takes place. There are circular tables and rectangular booths that line the walls. Um, um, each dedicated to a different game of chance. Enchanted chandeliers hover above tables, softly illuminating the room in warm light. The hall is decorated with luxurious tapestries, glowing sigils, and magical artwork that shifts and changes depending on the mood of the patrons. There are numerous tables for card games, dice games, and other forms of gambling. There's also a magical fountain in the middle of the hall filled with glowing water that looks like liquid gold, symbolizing the flow of fortune and wealth. Patrons, as you watch, will toss coins into it, hoping for good luck. Unseen servants weave through the patrons with trays of drinks and food, but they're not the only ones. Guards are very visible, all wearing dark blue uniforms, keeping close eyes to watch for cheating, as well as sex workers employed by the casino, which all seem to be wearing red in various shades and length, that move towards anyone who seems to be celebrating a large win.
Like
Um,
you can see Jed walk in and just, oh, smells like home.
and Dara, when she walks in a little bit later, she'll see that people are milling about, and when they go by the fountain, they tend to put coins in. So she'll toss with the guise of being fresh off the road. I think she's going to toss a copper piece in just to kind
Okay.
of blend in with the general happenings around, but she's still trying to keep a like one eye out for Jed.
Jed would have dropped a coin in there as well to, be part of the regular flow of people. I just didn't clarify that yet. And as far as what Jed'll do, instead of like beelining to the card tables, he'd probably find a dice table.
Okay. So I will say that some of the game options on this floor, there are the ethereal spinners, which are elegant and dark slot machines that seem to be crafted from obsidian and inscribed with infernal runes that faintly glow as the reels spin. Um, the magic within the machines is palpable, with every spin seeming to carry the weight of fate itself. And the air around the machines is tense. And many players describe feeling a faint pull towards them, like there's some sort of charm on them that encourages repeated play. There's also the Wheel of Fate, which is a magical roulette wheel. It is a large, ornate wheel adorned with glowing numbers, and arcane symbols etched in gold. Runes flicker along the edge, giving it a faint mystical glow, while the ball spins with sparks of magic. The game is popular, you can see, for its allure of fortune. Um, and finally, there's the game of Hanged Man, which is darkly themed around uh, uh, three cursed figures, each represented by, in this case, a D6, who hang by a thread. The goal is to outsmart fate and avoid the inevitable downfall that comes from tempting fortune too far. Illusions of blank-faced individuals hang over the table. So you will probably want Hanged Man, actually, which is a dice game.
Well, that's just a little morbid, but yeah, that I guess that'll be what Jed goes towards since he's trying to avoid one of his usual haunts, but still wants something that involves interaction with people, at least to a certain degree.
All right. Um, so I will tell you the rules for this one and how this one works. Players place an initial bet of any amount, typically ranging from 5 to 100 gold pieces. Each round, players may choose to bet more depending on the roll's outcome. Um, uh, and people playing this one roll 3d6 to represent the three hanging men. The goal is to roll as high as possible without hitting a combination that results in the drop, which is a losing outcome. Players can either win instantly or set the game into a high tension state where fate hangs on further rolls. So an instant win um, for if so you have your 3d6. If the player rolls a 9, 10, or 11, you win instantly. This is considered a safe result where the hanging men remain balanced and the player escapes fate's grasp. Um, the drop is 3, 13, or 18. If the player rolls a 3, 13, or 18, they trigger the drop. The rope snaps and the hanging man falls. The player loses their entire bet and the round ends in failure. However, if the player rolls a 3, they must face an additional consequence. Um, for any other roll, the player enters a state of tempting fate. They have an option to either lock in their current roll and escape with their bet returned, or choose to tempt fate by rolling again. If you choose to lock in, the player can choose to stop and retrieve their bet without any winnings. If they tempt fate, player rolls the dice again with the risk of triggering an instant win or the drop. Each time the player chooses to roll again, they increase their potential payout.
So you're trying to avoid 3 13s and 18s while getting 9 10s, or what was the third good roll?
9, 10, or 11.
9 10 or 11. Okay, 3d6. Well, either I'm going to roll like how I roll characters and we'll be fine, or there'll be more to go off of. And you said the traditional start, or well, Jed probably wanders up, watches a round or two happen, and I'm assuming there's someone monitoring the table.
Yes. There it I mean there's people at every one. There's let's say person at this one is a human woman with warm brown skin and short curly black hair.
Excuse me, ma'am. If I'm understanding what the rules are, you aim for, you know, the 9, 10, 11, avoid the 3, 13, and 18, and then, what's the starting bid?
Folks tend to put in anywhere between 5 to 100 gold pieces, depending on how lucky they feel.
Well, considering my luck, I should probably start with the 5. 5. Got a little high there.
All right.
Okay, let's see what happens while Jed is pretending not to be Jed. Oh, lost one. Okay, 15. So that is on to additional rolls, or I could take my money back.
Yes. So have entered Tempting Fate.
Mhm.
You can lock in, which is where you stop and retrieve your bet without any winnings. Tempt Fate, roll the dice again. Where you can get the instant win or the drop.
Well, I don't see much of a difference between not rolling again or just placing a new bet, so let's give it another one, shall we? Oh, that was 9. Ah.
All right. So that's 10 gold now as your winnings, or you can let it ride.
I think I'll take 5 of that, but going for another round.
All right.
That would be a 7. So that's into Tempting Fate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's 1 money. Might as well keep going. That is 6. So still Tempting Fate. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll give it one more roll before I back out and see what other fun things you got going. We got, that is, if I can do math, a 12.
Well,
I think
that's still Tempting Fate.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any closer to 13 than that. I think I'll take my little bit of winnings.
All right.
And at which point Jed takes his gold and is doing a very good job of like kind of looking around like he doesn't know what the hell is going on, but is actually like looking at shit.
It's very it's very fancy in here, despite this being the place where the commoners are allowed to be. You can see a few different people around. There, other than the workers, of course. But there's a halfling with fair skin, dark hair, something of a cowlick. There's a tiefling woman with deep crimson skin, silver horns that kind of spiral and curl elegantly backward. Um, there's an older human man with blue eyes and no hair. Um, there's a younger half elf with dark skin, curly black hair, and he seems to be wearing many lucky charms. Uh, Sitting in one of the corner booths, there's an older human man with fair skin, kind of golden eyes, and silvery gray hair. There's a tabaxi woman with white fur, patches that are orange and tabby, one green eye, and the other one has a scratch over it. And then there's another half elf with fair skin, dark eyes, and salt and pepper hair. Of the workers, um, you can see a human woman with fair skin, wavy auburn hair, who's wearing a shiny red dress of one of the sex workers. There's a guard near the front door who is a tiefling woman with blue skin and white hair kind of kept into two fun buns. There's another sex worker, human woman with pale skin, freckles, and braided blonde hair. Another guard, half elf man with tan skin and dark hair. Another sex worker, half elf woman with dark skin, beaded box braids. Guard, human man in his mid 40s with brown hair that's starting to kind of turn silver at the side. A very large half-orc gentleman wearing a red kilt with curly black hair, hairy chest with nipple piercings.
And as far as I can tell, no richer patrons at the moment.
Well, the older human man, the patron, with the fair skin, gold eyes, and silver gray hair, looks pretty wealthy. Um, as does the half elf with dark eyes and salt and pepper hair.
Uh, I suppose Jed'll go talk to the half elf. You said half elf, not full elf, correct?
Half elf.
Okay, I suppose Jed'll go talk to the half elf briefly.
All right. He is waving over one of the invisible servants and is taking a cocktail from the tray and kind of flips a couple coins over.
Forgive my intrusion. Uh, I new in town. Are you a bit of a regular?
Somewhat, yes.
Oh, would you be willing to answer a couple questions a drifter might have about the institution?
I don't see why not.
Oh, thank you very much. The name's Jacob, and that's puts out a hand, which of course has just an ever so light dusting of, well, dust on the back of it.
You can see that he's dressed somewhat nicely. And he's got a metal ring on his hand, with crossed fingers on it. And he takes your hand, shakes it. Ciel.
Ciel, absolute pleasure to meet you. Um, I've heard stories while I was traveling about the House of Ice, a little bit of a gambler myself. I figured someone like yourself would be up in the High Rollers Lounge. They ain't racist here, are they?
I should hope not, but while I do have access to the High Rollers Lounge, I do enjoy the games down here. And I like to observe the people who come in.
No, very fun. And so the games are different between the high rollers and, well, us common folk.
Indeed. The ones down here are more focused on chance, whereas the ones upstairs require a little more skill. Although you can play poker either place.
You know, a little bit easier to make sure the house wins when it isn't a game of skill.
Indeed.
It's, you know, part of entry to a place like this. I just happened to be up a little bit tonight.
He kind of looks at you for a minute, waves over one of the invisible servants who brings over who brings over a another glass um and he pays for your drink,
Oh,
passes
I
the
wouldn't
gold
want to
over,
impose.
um and hands you some brandy.
Are
uh
you sure? I wouldn't want
Not
to
in the
impose.
slightest.
Well, golly me, quite a generous gentleman you are.
The brandy itself is called bound brandy. It's heavy, spiced brandy served warm, and it comes with a single piece of obsidian at the bottom of the glass. And it you would know that, like, based off of this kind of place and location, brandy is popular among those who need courage before making big wagers. It fortifies the drinker's willpower and grants you a +1 on the next charisma saving throw.
Oh, hell yeah. Uh,
Not that you'll be making charisma saving throws right now, but
but Jed, is like, oh, wow, I haven't had anything quite this good, and like proceeds to go at it, and then like does a little mock gesture of getting his teeth with the obsidian. It's just like, oh, quite the kicker in this.
They serve unique drinks and food here, which I appreciate.
Your usual poison, as it were.
I'm working my way through the menu, but I merely wish to be, I imagine, the first to welcome you
Uh,
to the House of Ice.
well, of course there was the doorman, but uh, are are you actually part of the staff?
I am not.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm, addressing you properly. Don't want to, stick my foot in my mouth too badly, at least.
CL is fine, Jacob.
Thank you. Uh, if you don't mind me asking, I don't see a sign for the High Rollers Lounge, and I obviously that's invitation only, but like, exactly how much would a gentleman have to win to get an invite?
Probably closer to 1,000. Another way to get in, you have to impress Mr. Suneve over there. Kind of gestures towards the halfling with a cowlick. Um, or you can work something out with me.
Sorry, the song spiked for the last option.
You can work something out with me.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Uh, Wait a second. Yeah, no, Jed or Jacob wouldn't know how to express that, so I'm not going to attempt to. Um, and you know, at which point Jacob does a little gesture down to his dusty ensemble. Not particularly likely to impress our friend over there. Um, what would you say are one of the better games to win that much? It, from one uh, enjoyer of the games to another.
Depends. But like I said before, each one of the ones down here are more luck based. So how lucky do you feel, Jacob?
Hmm. Well, with a little liquid luck or liquid bravery in my system and a little extra change from my last game, I think I'll give it another go.
If you can guess the exact number with a fate, payout tends to be pretty good, but that is not necessarily likely. Of
Well,
course, the ethereal spinners take time, but you could get there eventually. Or make a show of winning at poker, though you're most likely to be robbed if you aren't careful on your way out.
eh, oh, always a risk at casino. You know, win too big and other people get jealous.
Indeed.
Uh, at which point Jacob, like both handshake, just like, thank you so much for all the information. I think I'll try that wheel of chance you suggested and see how my luck is.
Best of luck.
Thank you, sir. At which,
Indara, what are you doing?
She's going to find a very simple game to play so that she can have one eye out for Jed. Um, and just kind of play it just being generally tired and like kind of mind wandery a little bit, just to kind of play off her drifting eyes and stuff. Like just kind of seem a little bit out of it.
All right. For you, I would recommend one of the slot machines.
Okay.
So for this one, you can place a bet of 1 to 10 gold pieces per spin, depending on how much you're willing to risk.
Okay.
The more you bet, the larger your potential payout. And once the bet is made, the player pulls the lever to send the reel spinning, at which point I roll 3d10 to represent the reels. Um, and each die corresponds to a reel, and the numbers rolled depends on how much the player wins. Matching numbers lead to payouts, with higher matches leading to larger rewards. Um, so three matching numbers is 30 times the bet, which is the jackpot.
Hmm.
Two matching numbers, 5 times the bet. Um, uh, any any three numbers. So like if you're saying like I bet you're gonna roll a 2 and I get a 2, a 5, and a 6, uh, your bet is returned but no profits made. But no matching numbers, player loses their bet. If I roll 3 10s, this represents the house's victory, also known as the devil's toll. In this case, a player not only loses their bet, but also trigger a minor curse.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, then she'll go hang out at one of those, kind of at the edge of like where they're set up and stuff, and just kind of keep an eye out. And like maybe between rolls, she's gonna kind of lean against the slot machine and pretend she's just people watching so that she can keep an eye out for Jed.
All right.
But she'll play it safe at first and place a bet of 1 gold.
Okay.
Um, and
What
do I
are
call
you
a
doing?
number?
Yes, you call a number.
Okay. Um, Again, she's gonna play it safe. I'm gonna call a 5.
Five. Okay. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I need to get one out because this is D10s. Um, yeah. I got a 1, a 9, and a 9. So I got 2 matching numbers, which means you get 5 gold.
Yippee! All right. Cool. She'll do another round and fuck it. 2. 2 gold. Might as well. But a little win. Feel a little good about it, as somebody would if they were actually trying to gamble.
4, 4, and 8. So, um, that would be you bet 2 gold this time.
Yeah.
So that would be 10.
Nice. 1 second. Whoa.
But while you're kind of messing around with the machine a bit, you see Jed talking to a finely dressed half-elf gentleman. Uh, Gentleman buys him a drink, the two chat for a bit, and then Jed starts to walk away.
Okay. She'll just keep an eye out, and then when he kind of he's chatting, she'll do a scan of like the security and stuff, and see how they're feeling about that whole thing, about him. Just kind of really brief, sort of, I don't know. Do you want a perception check or something?
Yeah, you can roll a perception check.
Sweet. Just want to see if maybe they're um getting suspicious at all of anything. Uh, all right, 18.
18. I mean, the guards are keeping an eye on people. They don't seem suspicious of anything at the moment.
Sweet. Cool. Then when Jed walks away to go do whatever's next, she'll do another pull of the
Okay.
machine, and I think this time she'll bet 5. 5 gold.
Um, in what number were you calling? Also 5?
Um,
Or,
yeah, just 5. It's the median. May as
okay.
well.
Um, you get uh 8, 4, and 1, so they do not match and it eats your money.
She'll kind of do a feeling a little like got a little too confident there. She'll put 1 gold piece in this round
Okay.
and do another.
What number are you calling?
For the joke, 7.
2, 4, and 7, so you get your money back.
Yippee! All right, another one. Cool. All right. Is Are we doing anything else, or is Jed like heading out?
Jed is going to the Wheel of Fate to probably lose his money, semi on purpose, and then that'll be when he excuses himself.
Okay.
All right. Uh, Players place bets on where they believe the ball will land when the wheel stops spinning. After all bets are placed, the wheel is spun by rolling a d20, which I roll. The result of the d20 determines the outcome of the spin. From there, players who guess the correct number and color of a d20 win 2 to 1. So So for the exact number, you bet on a specific number between 1 and 20, uh, which you get 15 times the bet. Um, if you bet on whether it will fall within 1 through 10 or 11 through 20, 2 times the bet. Odd or even, bet on whether the result will be an odd or even number. 1.5 times the bet. You bet on the color of the result. Odd numbers are red, even numbers are black. And if I roll a natural 20, that represents the house. If a natural 20 is rolled, the house claims all bets unless the player bet on the 20, in which case they win a special reward or receive a much higher payout.
Well, in that case, we're betting on one number, and that's what Jacob was told to do, so that's what Jacob's gonna do and be obvious about it. And because he's now had liquid courage in his system, he's going to make a poor decision and go with 20.
Okay.
And he'll bet the full 10, I guess, that Jed is using for this endeavor.
Right. I rolled an 8. So you have lost your money.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I guess you can't be a winner every time. Thank you for your time to whoever's manning the spin.
All right.
And at which point, Jed will probably start, a little bump, 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 out of the casino. Not like super sad, but obviously a little disappointed. And when he sees his friend again, he'd give a little wave as he is on his way out.
All right. And Dara?
Yeah, what's up?
Jed is on his way out of the casino.
Cool. She'll watch him kind of go a little bit, and then I think she'll do one more pull in the slot machine and then go sit at the bar and take a load off for a second, and like sip down a drink and then leave.
They have special drink orders here if you like.
Yeah, do we want to go over that right after we do that last quick pull?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. She'll do another 2 bet. And then the that same 7, because why not?
All right. 5, 10, and 8.
Balls. No, no wins, huh? She'll kind of go, and then head to the bar.
All right. Um, so they've got unique drinks, foods, and desserts.
Ooh.
3 and 2.
What's the drink menu?
They have Lux Elixir, Fate's Wine, Shadow Whisper Bourbon, Destiny's Hand Whiskey, Sebastian Cider, the Croupier's Vintage, the Bound Brandy, Fortune's Fire Cocktail, and the Trickster's Ale.
Okay. Fortune's Fire Cocktail, why not?
So that one's a little fancier, so it's a little expensive.
How
It's
much?
20 gold pieces.
Oh, bitch!
But it's a flaming cocktail made from potent spirits mixed with rare herbs to create a flickering light. Patrons can roll a d6 after drinking. On a 6, they feel a surge of adrenaline, gaining advantage on a dexterity-based checks for 1 hour.
Neat. I guess I'll roll that d6 then.
All right.
Second. Eh, two.
I mean, it tastes real good.
Good stiff drink. Too expensive, but whatever. She has a government to
You're in a
maintain.
casino. Everything's expensive.
Everything's so expensive. All right. Well, that'll do it. She'll make her way out and, you know, do the high bye wave to the guard as she goes by, just because I think that's what people usually do if there's a door guard, just like, hey, you're working,
Sure.
I'm out, bye.
I mean, I've never been to a casino, so I don't know.
I don't know. I like waving to door people. Just, hi, you exist.
All right. You guys head out.
Jed will probably be around the corner, with an eye out for Andara.
She's gonna walk right by.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know each other right now.
But yeah, so Jed will probably let you get around a little ways ahead and then proceed to start following, but not because following, but because heading in the same direction.
Yep. Yeah. She's just gonna go to, I believe everybody else went to, oh God, I forgot.
They were securing lodging and then we were meeting at the spa, so we'll be meeting them at the spa.
Okay, Slay. Thank you.
All right. So where did you guys want to secure lodging?
I think Jed's main idea was to get something to go to the Gold District. There's only one there, right?
Yes.
Right. I think in the interest of things going smoothly, we might want to go with that one.
Okay. Um, the coin district, excuse me. The Bronze Bell. It's a tavern in an old bell tower from when the city's boundaries were smaller, run by a half-dwarf gentleman named Thorgrudhan.
How much are rooms?
Let me pull up the menu.
I
Uh,
imagine we'll want two or three, probably three, ideally.
5 silver pieces per room.
Oh. Would you be willing to cover that with party fund? We probably have 15 silver in party fund.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A gold and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many rooms do you want to do? Because I imagine Aras and Atrice are
Um,
probably going to want a room to themselves, unless they want to share space to somebody.
yeah, I think we'll do, well, let's see, one, two, three, 4 rooms. That way everyone can bunk up.
And then we'll
Or
probably have,
3 rooms.
yeah, three. So three if we bunk up. Four would give one person a room to themselves.
Ah, okay, let's do 3 rooms for what? That's 15 silver each. So,
5 silver each, 15 total, right?
oh,
I think.
yeah.
It's 5 silver a room, right?
Yes, 5 silver per room.
Okay, so 15 total. Perfect.
Okay. I will give them 2 gold.
All
Get my
right.
change back, I guess.
Yeah, your change back. The rooms are comfortable. They're kind of small and sometimes they are at weird angles due to the fact that this is an old converted watchtower. But you know, a bed's a bed to sleep in. And you guys headed to the spa after. Let me
Spa,
actually put that
spa, spa,
in.
spa,
Spa,
spa.
spa, spa.
Um, okay. Uh, I have to scroll back up to it. Okay. Um, So I will read the description again just for the sake of it. This extravagant building stands out from the multitude of residential homes. The walls are made of polished stone with stained glass windows depicting women pouring carafes of water on either side of the double doors. Just inside, the doors open to the sound of a bell. A desk stands at the center of the room, holding neatly stacked papers and a vase of roses. There's a blonde-haired human man in a rather nice uniform, who stands up from behind the desk when he sees you. Um, so let's talk about prices. Um, Entry to the bathhouse costs 5 gold pieces per person and includes use of the enchanted baths, comfortable robe, and a private changing room with a lockable trunk to store weapons and equipment. Lodging for visitors who want to stay overnight is available at a cost of 4 gold pieces per person. Meals cost 5 silver pieces, and the lounge offers a wide range of beverages. Characters can enjoy a haircut, shave, or waxing for 2 gold pieces, 1 gold piece, or 10 gold pieces, respectively. Massages can be booked for 20 gold pieces and last for an hour. A manicure and pedicure cost 2 silver pieces. The pedicure might incur an additional fee depending on the cleanliness of the customer's feet. The lounge contains large cushioned chairs and set in an open space. And you're welcome to hang out there once entry is bought. There are tables and chairs set up specifically for manicures and pedicures with things such as clippers, files, and a nail varnish, as well as farrier's tools for any hooved customers. Um, and then, of course, there's the enchanted bath, which I will get to. Um, so, just to summarize, entry is 5 gold pieces. Meals are 5 silver pieces. Haircut for 2 gold pieces. Shave for 1 gold piece, or waxing for 10 gold pieces. Massages 20 gold pieces. Manicures and pedicures cost 2 silver pieces each. Um, and uh, and there you have it.
So it's 4 gold pieces if we're staying the night?
Um,
Which we aren't because we
yeah,
secured.
Uh
yeah, 4 gold pieces per person to stay overnight, but it's just 5 gold pieces to make use of the amenities.
okay. I thought we were staying at the spa. Never mind.
Can we? They have rooms, right? So we
Yep.
could.
Yeah. I thought that the rooms that we had booked were at the spa.
No.
Uh
Could we retcon to do it that way? That would
The
be
spa's
nice.
really expensive though. We
But
have a
but
casino.
spa.
If we're going to be disguising ourselves as high rollers, we kind of need money to high roll with.
Boo.
Price.
boo.
You mean things cost money to do and buy? Sounds fake.
Fucked up. I'm
Even
not a
in
royal
Fantasyland.
anymore, but fucked up.
Even in
We don't
Fantasyland, we
have
cannot
that.
escape the economy.
We do not have that like noble in the party dosh, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Demir
what's up with
didn't
that,
know what
Lee? Mr.
Demir
Fancy Pants
doesn't know what
General.
a banana costs.
Have you seen this man? It's like a stray cat.
He wasn't always. Where's your cash, bro?
What do you think happened in those 10 years? It all went away.
It was
Also,
So
drunk.
if we booked the rooms, then should we just, well, we're meeting at the spot anyways, right? So we'll just
Yeah.
use the amenities. Sounds good. Can we all pay
Right.
for our own, or are we taking it at a party?
We can take it at a party or we can pay for our own. There are 35 gold pieces in the party, so party funds, so it would be a chunk of the party funds.
Pandora will pay her own
Excuse
way.
you. I think Shan would love his Harridan's being used on this.
If he was here to enjoy it himself, he would absolutely pay for everybody. And Dara will pay for her own because she's not Shan. So I don't know. She'll probably pay for like a good dip in the bath and then a massage.
Oh, are we waiting to pay entry to the spa once Andorra and Jed get there, or are you guys entering and then we're joining you?
Probably are there by and like in by the time you guys are done.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
So hunt us down, bitches. Good luck.
Well, Fred will pay for their entry out of their own gold.
By the way,
Oh,
the man at the counter is insisting Henwen waits outside.
oh, but come on, I'll pay for her entry, same as us. She's
I'm
perfectly clean.
I'm sorry, we are running a respectable establishment here, and all animals, excluding animal folk, are required to stay outside.
All right. Are there like any stables or anything around? Any
There is a
pens?
post outside the door should you wish to tie her.
Uh, I
We could
mean,
have left her at the inn, perhaps.
yeah, Fred might walk her back to the inn. Just like I'm not leaving her tied up outside, blah blah blah. So,
Okay. You walk her back to the inn. She takes your bed.
Hmm?
that is fair.
All right.
Fred's very complaining the entire time to her about it, like about how rude it is that they're not going to let her in because like ugh, Fred will give her a spa treatment when they get back.
All right.
Is
So
Natruse coming into the spa with us?
Yeah. Yeah, I do think she is.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep. She's grumbling a bit, but she's like, well, we got to play certain parts. And that involves not
I'm
mm,
gonna say
being
Juniper
like these,
decides not to partake and she wanders off to do more shopping.
not spending Maddie's money while she's not here.
Playing the part isn't getting clean.
Well, if you're a, proper sort of person, there's a frequency by which you clean yourself. You know,
Uh, I don't know if I know what you mean.
Nat, actually, does she have her bandana on right now? I'm gonna say she doesn't. I'm gonna say her mouth's out. Nat just gives you the widest smile and says, a lady doesn't smell like shit or ass.
Yes. Okay. But you can do that without needing to bathe. Is that? Question mark?
Damn
Hmm.
reptile privileges.
Uh-huh.
I'm not covered in
Plus,
fur.
yep.
Not all of
Plus,
us
and
have
she's
a
just gonna
cleaning
like,
routine. It's simply a
Or, you know,
sponge.
have as active sweat glands because you're generating body heat and thus need to disperse excess heat.
Fucked up.
she's gonna like pick out her fur a bunch Plus, you wouldn't want it to get matty or to lose its sheen.
But you're joining us in the tub, yes? I am curious to see how this differs from tubs at home.
What are the tubs at home like?
It's outdoor springs mostly, but they bring them to tubs.
Communal?
Some. Depends on what place. But I mean, you can always just go and find some in the jungle if you really want to. But there's nicer soaps and things in town.
How often would you go?
Uh, It is not uncommon, but also did not need to go super often as we had used to clean at home.
More of a special day out then?
Uh, Maybe um, certain ceremonial or going with friends.
Ceremonies at it itself, or just ceremonies you needed to be all cleaned and oiled for?
Yes,
Hmm,
when you are doing certain things, you need to prepare yourself.
sure. I know of a lot of traditions that involve bathing beforehand.
Yes, I don't think it is uncommon.
Can be practical, depending on the thing.
So is that a yes or a no to coming into the spa? Or does it go against how frequently you would prefer to bathe?
I really don't need to. Um, but this isn't going to work if I don't put in the work, you know?
Aras is gonna like lean forward and kind of like sniff you. Like how much does how much does the tree stank?
Nutrice has been on the road for longer than you have.
That's not paid once.
Hmm.
She is gonna make a face at you like, you better.
Hmm. See, that's not how we need the fancy casino folk reacting.
No, you do not want to stain your pretty dress that you got.
Oh my God, was it? I didn't notice a thing about it.
Mm.
Mm.
You have to tie it on properly. Aras, while we're doing this, is like actively like I don't know. I guess we're like already in the spa, like heading towards the like locker room or whatever. So like we're like
Yeah.
going in and like getting ready then.
So you guys have all paid the 5 gold pieces.
Unless
Think so.
otherwise
All going
specified.
in.
Yep, I'm in.
All right.
Hmm.
Um, so uh there's a lounge area that contains large cushioned chairs set up in an open space. It's calming music filling the air. And the air itself kind of has more of a floral scent. The bar takes up one corner of the room alongside shelves of expensive wine, spirits, and baskets of fresh fruit. This is also where the pedicures are uh, are are given. Um, let's see. You were all provided with comfortable robe, of the lockers, as I mentioned, to put your items in, as well as those kind of little shitty flip-flops that they give you at spas sometimes.
Latrice is going to definitely have to take a pre-shower before being allowed inside of the tub.
Yes.
Hmm.
Um, but once you all are ready, the I shall give you the description for the central pool once I can find it in my document. Okay. Um, a floor of polished white marble surrounds a large central pool of steaming turquoise water in this large bath. Stone pillars stand along the outside wall, sculpted with relief carvings meant to resemble climbing vines. Between the pillars, stained glass windows diffuse the light from outside, which at this point is minimal as it's starting to be night. But nevertheless, it creates fascinating patterns of color on the mist that kind of hangs in the air. I will also say, a creature that spends at least 1 hour in the bath gains the benefits of a greater restoration. The creature decides which of the spell effects is bestowed upon it. A creature can only benefit from this pool once per month.
Hot damn.
But it's warm and comfortable, and at this hour of the day, there aren't too many people in it.
Well, Fred is for sure getting in the pool.
Yee. Swimming like a snake into water.
Yahoo!
Not
Boom!
deep enough for like a proper swim in, but like you can walk along the bottom and like kind of crouch down and do the little like I'm walking in the bottom of the pool thing.
And Ross just like
It's
bent
like
all the way over, hopping around.
I'm like army crawling on the floor of the tub, like fully underwater. Little
Walking with your
alligator.
arms.
Yeah,
Water
alligator
constrictor
mode.
behavior.
I am a shark.
Lee's also doing pool time, I think. And after he steps out and like slips in, pulls off the robe, uh, his body has like a lot of visible, just like battle scars. Nothing that's particularly like a lot of sword blows and stuff that armor didn't quite hit, right? So some generic scarring. There's no single one that really stands out. But he is wearing a pendant.
Where'd you
What
get that
kind of
from?
pendant?
What kind is, I want to say it's probably of a silvery make. Uh,
Can I roll perception?
it's not like he's hiding it.
Yeah, if to like see if I can get any more details.
Sure, roll a perception check.
Fred's just asking where he got it from.
Honestly, I forgot that I had it on.
You've been wearing it this whole time and you forgot?
I guess so. I haven't really had much reason to change clothes much.
Can I just get closer and look at it? I rolled a 9 for my long distance perception check, but if I just get closer, maybe I can see better.
There's a
All of a
couple of
sudden, you have
like,
like a snake like right next to you.
hi there. You can see some like engravings on it that imply that it could be magical.
What is it?
I'm not sure.
Squint. You never got it looked at.
I might have been too busy being a drunk on the road for 10 years.
Okay.
He says with very dry sarcasm. Can't ask for something to be looked at if I don't know it's there.
You forgot that you had it, but it is on you. She'll kind of like hold her hand out to kind of like see it a little more. Either you can hand it to her or let them get closer
He'll let her
if
get
you want.
closer because you get the sense that he doesn't want to take it off. Otherwise, it
Hmm.
probably wouldn't be in the bath with him.
Can
The pool,
I
rather.
make like an arcana or a history check to see if I recognize any of the symbols or the magic?
Roll an Arcana check.
Nice, not bad. 15?
Lee.
I mean,
15?
would that pass for identification? I don't know.
Sure.
It's above
Oh,
average.
okay. Um, I don't know if Aras would have seen something like this, but you've probably read or heard about an amulet of proof against detection of location.
Mm. Kind of looks at it and squints. And you've always had this,
I think so.
and you don't know what it does.
Not off the top of my head.
It seems like it might keep you from being found.
Well, that'll be handy.
Is it? If
Is
you are
it?
looking for to being found,
Well, aren't people looking for us? He says under his breath.
well, yes, but
Someone could be
people from
looking
you
for you.
exactly from your life.
Hmm.
Did you think about what the professor said about being able to unlock your memories?
I have been thinking about that, yes. There's still a degree of hesitation.
Why?
Pity the last memory I unlocked set me into a fit of rage.
Well, sure, but I mean, that's what happens when you remember things that were upsetting or angering.
This didn't feel like a natural anger.
Do you know, do you feel like you had any family before?
I'm gonna
Do
roll
you
history
have
for that.
some kind of feeling?
Not off the top of my head, no.
If you take it off, perhaps your past will come find you.
If I take it off, perhaps it might. But the question is if that's something that's good. I
Well,
was
you
a
never know
military
until you
man
try.
after I was a military man after all. It's possible that there's people I don't want finding me.
Maybe, but then you would at least know.
Yeah, I
If you,
mean, one way to find out who you are is to be found. If your enemies track you down, I mean, you can just tell them I'm a different person now. I can't remember who I was. And I mean, in the regards of whoever they were after. I mean, they're dead, so
I'm not sure if that's a great idea.
I have a feeling that perhaps you have people that maybe care about you that would be interested in finding you. Perhaps worry of your enemies is making you more afraid than finding the love again.
I'll think about it.
that's really wise, Aras. I have to agree with them. You should be bravely. If you want to find out who you are, you have to be found.
But I have other avenues of doing that right now. And I don't want to risk putting us all in even more danger if my first instinct is correct.
Hmm. Can I insight check Lee? Does he seem like afraid or like potentially even like a feeling of like covetousness towards not taking it off? Like, what is this?
It
Like, it
is
seems like,
it is palpable if unfounded fear.
mm,
He doesn't
hmm.
have his memory of why he has this on, or what it did, or who could possibly want to find him. But he has one instinct that tells him that it is a terrible idea to take it off.
As I said, I have a feeling that there are people more important than enemies that might wish to find you.
Truth be
Might
told,
be worth taking a chance.
yeah, and the rest of us don't have a necklace like that, so our enemies can track us down anytime. If you ask me, we only have information to gain. But, it's your choice, Lee. I wouldn't want to pressure you anyway. It's also your past. I mean,
I'll
if
think
you don't
about it.
want to unlock your memories, that's your decision.
Well, like I said, I'll think about it. But for now, this is staying on.
I'll just kind of shrug and sink back into the water.
Aras, would you help me get my hair? There's a
In
lot of
how?
it.
Oh,
There's a lot of it. I just
Aras
need
will
some
kind of
help
come
with
up from the water behind you and dunk you into the water. And get dunked.
Get dunked. Fred is
Gosh.
absolutely Fred is going to splash around a little with Aras then.
Yeah.
It's probably about now that Jed and Andara come in.
Well, since the party funds are not with us, we're of course paying out of our own pocket, and then
Hmm.
I can't remember how that conversation ended. So basically, uh, Jed in too short of a robe because, he has to be a little like that. And I guess surveys the room and finds you guys. Speaking of surveying your room, you said it was pretty much empty.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like no attendance or anything even, or
Well,
just
there are attendants. Like there's people around, like to make sure no one drowns or anything, and make sure there's not too much like rough housing going on. But there aren't any other like
open sex.
Yes, yeah. Um, gotta rent one of the rooms for that. Sorry, I just saw the GIF that Felix posted. Um, uh, but yeah, there are a few attendants around if anyone needs anything. But there aren't any other patrons at this point in the evening, at least in the bath itself.
Well, then Jed is strutting out in too short of robe and the shitty little flip-flops. And it's just like, do we want to go over information here or later?
And Dara's walking in right behind him and says, "Shut up later."
Hi!
We're
Welcome to the
relaxing
bath.
right now. Mandatory relaxing. And also, she's going to look very pointedly to the attendants and be like, "We're not alone."
Honestly, they're kind of in customer service mode and they're kind of not.
They're still there to listen, and Andara is a
They're
paranoid
present,
bitch.
but they don't care.
They still have
Mm-hmm.
ears, and she doesn't trust like that. So she's
Okay.
telling him to shut the fuck up and wait until they have proper privacy. She just derobes and just goes right into the water and melts physically.
And
It's
that, I think, is
nice.
where we will call it for the day. We will pick up there next time when we are in the mountain.
Hell yeah.
Secret tunnel
Yes.
Secret
Great
tunnel.
in the
tunnels.
mountains.
Have spa time in a spa.
True!
Spa
I was
time
just
in the
thinking of that
spa.
actually.
Oh my God, we can play
Look,
spa time in the sauna.
look,
I love the casino. I love the spa.
thank
Yay.
you.
The
Oh,
casino is
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The casino is amazing. I
Oh, thank you.
love the atmosphere.
I
Thank
am
you.
just waiting to find out who I accidentally chose as the person I was going to talk to.
Well, plenty of time for that next weekend when we're taking a D&D trip. Wow.
Yes.
Dungeon Dargan.
We're
Dungan
gonna have
Dargan.
so much fun.
Duncan
Hooray!
Dargan. All right. Everyone, please, final call for snacks. Put in any preferences, any favors, any flavors, anything, or I will just get what I want and what has already been requested. So,
I
please
suspect
put it
charcuterie
in.
will be on that list, and I can make do with charcuterie, and I actually don't snack a super amount. I just go heavy on food.
All right. Well, put it in the list, put it in the chat, and it will happen. So, I'm going to Costco this week, so.
Ooh. Um, sorry,
No,
go on, Felix.
no, you're good.
I was because I was gonna end it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, whatever I had to say
Bye.
can be said in chat, so we're good. Thank you,
Bye, thanks for
DM.
Of
playing.
Thank
course.
you,
Thanks for
DM.
DMing.
See you
See you
next time.
around.
Next time is gonna be a casino heist, pretty sure, probably.
This will be fun.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yay.
If we don't take too long in bath therapy.